Our dear valued viewers, we at the Media Centre of DubaI Camel Racing Club have the pleasure to invite you to a new selection of distinguished sports news and statistics collected from the smart track of Al Marmoon. And here are the main headlines. During this week, Al Asifa Camels grasped 26 rounds of races. Al Bakra bin Shaheen bin Ewadan top Al Marmoon 4th Camels auction. The foreign TV channels at Al Marmoon Hospitality. The screenshot of the week taken from the Al Marmoon racetrack. Last Friday afternoon, the 16th of December, Al Marmoon Camel Racing Track arranged a race for Lakaya qualifying races designated for Their Highness the Sheikhs, which were conducted over 18 kilometres, where Al Asifa Camels displayed some amazing performances.
وعليه نتوكل منه دائما نطلب التوفيق والسداد والنجاح.
The first feature race was allocated for the local purebred productive camels, Abkar. When the race started, Shibla and Italal took the lead very quickly, but Al Asifa Camels started to reduce the gap and they succeeded in catching the first and second places through the advances of Bashaya, Al Shahaniya and Abra. Leading the group in the final stages, Mani for Al Asifa, trained by Giaf Al Hilali, came very fast to win the race in 7:45.05 minutes.
والناموس من خلال هذه اللحظات إلى هجن العاصفة ومالكها سيدي سمو الشيخ حمدان بن محمد بن راشد المكتوم. تهانينا غياث الهلالي معاني في المركز الأول وفي المركز الثاني. أبرار على بركة الله ينطلق أيضا شوطنا الثاني، وهو الشوط الخاص أيضا بالإبكار المهجنات الأصايل في هذه المنافسة التي تحمل كل التحدي والإثارة.
The second feature race was allocated for the thoroughbred purebred camels Abkar. In this race, Al Asifa stables were beyond amazing, and they continue displaying their best performances at the moment. When their camels Mahadia and Mamara took the lead, challenged by Abraj and Bahuma, owned by His Excellency Sheikh Rashid bin Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum. Suddenly, Amira, i.e. Princess, for Al Asifa stables came rushing and took the lead in a beautiful performance and finished the race in 7 minutes 47 seconds.
الأميرة على المركز الأول. أميرة هنا لهجن العاصفة. تهانينا والناموس إلى العاصفة ومالكها سيدي سمو الشيخ حمدان بن محمد بن راشد المكتوم. تهانينا أيضا غياث الهلالي وأميرة في المركز الأول. المركز الثاني مهدية في المركز الثاني.
منجم لهجن العاصفة بقيادة غياث الهلالي المسيطر على زمام الأمور سيطرة تامة ويتربع على المقدمة، بينما نقله إلى المركز الثاني.
Al Asifa Camels continued to dominate the winners' enclosure in the third race allocated for local Jidan. At very high speed, Manjam, i.e. Mine, owned by Al Asifa and trained by Giaf Al Hilali, took the lead, followed by Hamlul and Mushagib, when both of them tried to challenge the potential winner, but Manjam wasted no time and increased the pace to catch the finishing post in 7:49.07.
هذا المنجم 200 متر ومنجم يهدي الناموس. تهانينا للعاصفة وهجنها ولسيدي سمو الشيخ حمدان بن محمد بن راشد بن سعيد المكتوم، وتهانينا لغياث الهلالي المضمر القدير.
ها هو الشوط الرابع، والشوط الرابع مخصص للقاية الجعادين المهجنات العصايل مباشرة مع عناد على المقدمة لسمو الشيخ راشد بن حمدان بن راشد آل مكتوم بقيادة المضمر عتيج بن سالم بالعرطي الحميري. ننتقل إلى المركز الثاني.
In the fourth race for thoroughbred Jidan, Al Asifa team succeeded in scoring the super hat-trick. Enad, owned by His Excellency Sheikh Rashid bin Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum, led the field, but within 3 minutes the situation changed when Al Shayem, owned by Al Asifa, snatched the first place from Enad, followed by Al Makafi, Both Al Shayem and Al McAfee fought fiercely at the final kilometre, but the latter had the final say when he defeated him and took the race in 7:52.09.
في السحاب مع مكافح مع شايم. سلام عليك يا امبراطورية هجن العاصفة. تهانينا لمالك هالامبراطورية سيدي سمو الشيخ حمدان بن محمد بن راشد آل مكتوم على فوز مكافح وشايم بالمركز الثاني والأول.
The sixth race witnessed Habuba, owned by Al Asifa and trained by Giaf Al Halali, display a magnificent performance to overturn all the expectations and defeated Belcher, the favourite, in style, and recorded the best timing of 7:42.08.
أعلن الطيران تهدي العاصفة وهجرها مالكها سيدي سمو الشيخ حمدان بن محمد بن راشد بن سعيد المكتوم فزاع حفظه الله الرياضي الشامل بطل البطولات في كل المناسبات والمحافل والمكانات. يهجم شعار هجر العاصفة على ظهر حبوبة على خط النهاية معلن الوصول بالمركز الأول.
Last Saturday afternoon, on the 17th of December, Al Marmoon Racetrack arranged the Yathia qualifying races for Their Highness the Sheikhs in 16 races over a distance of 6 kilometres.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أيها الحفل الكريم.
The first race was allocated for local Abkar camels. Muntaha for Al Asifa stable took the lead, followed by Al Nasiba, owned by His Excellency Sheikh Mohammed bin Diab bin Saif Al Nahyan, in the second place, and Munhasha, owned by His Excellency Sheikh Rashid bin Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum, came third. And the competition intensified among them, and the Al Nasiba passed them to take the lead in the final stage. Sabah, owned by Al Asifa, penetrated at a high speed to overtake them and won the race, repeating the same outstanding performance she displayed at Al Shahaniya Racing Track in Qatar. The winning time recorded in 9:25.01. The second race for local thoroughbred Abkar camels, an ageing Al Asifa, repeated its interesting performance after slow starting from their camels. Mizna for His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum took the lead. Al Darbi, owned by His Excellency Sheikh Rashid bin Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum, in the second place, and Mizna, owned by His Excellency Sheikh Mohammed bin Diab bin Saif Al Nahyan, came rushing to the front, challenging the leader. But from nowhere came Enjaz, owned by Al Asifa, to snatch the title from them, registering 9:30.05.
سمو الشيخ حمدان بن محمد بن راشد آل مكتوم على إنجاز وإنجاز هجن العاصفة. تهانينا والناموس. ها هي إنجاز تصل إلى خط النهاية. المركز الثاني العنود لهجن العاصفة.
الشيخ محمد بن راشد بن سعيد المكتوم حفظه الله ويقود في التضمير مضمر الشرق الأوسط طارش بن مبارك بالقوبة عبوبطي. المركز الثاني يأتي دور
Al Asifa Stables wasted no time in recording the hat-trick, and in doing so and with determination they won this third designated for local purebred Jidan. The race started under control of Najd for His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. Shaheen, owned by His Excellency Sheikh Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum, came second, and in third place came Salhud, owned by His Excellency Sheikh Maktoum bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. The competition became very strong between the rivals, but suddenly the field has changed when Mias, owned by Al Asifa, changed both the situation and the order by taking the lead and discharged all of his capabilities and stamina to win this competitive race in 9:30.04.
مالكي هجن العاصفة مالكي مياس وتهانينا لغياث الهلالي. المركز الثاني يصل نجد
الرابع في هذه اللحظات. ترى النشمي لسمو الشيخ سعيد بن محمد بن راشد آل مكتوم بقيادة المضمر سعيد بن عبد الله بن حميدات الاجتبي. وفي المركز
The dominance of Al Asifa Stables continued by recording the super hat-trick achievement. That happened on the fourth race allocated for the local thoroughbred Jidan, when their camel, Najd, came from the rear and took the lead to grasp the title of this race comfortably and recording a time of 9:39.07.
أينما كنت أينما ذهبت أينما رحلت على هذا الإنجاز المتميز دائما في التمهيد وفي الختاميات وفي المناسبة تهانينا لمالك إمبراطورية هجن العاصفة سيدي سمو الشيخ حمدان بن محمد بن راشد آل مكتوم. المركز الثاني متعب لي سمو الشيخ حمدان بن راشد آل مكتوم. وفي المركز الثالث
After the conclusion of these races, here are the best timings recorded in the Athea and Lakaya races for Their Highness the Sheikhs. In Lakaya category, it was won by Mabuba, owned by Al Asifa Stables, recording 7:42.08. In Yathea category, it was won by Al Yafil, owned by His Excellency Sheikh Nahyan bin Diab bin Saif Al Nahyan, recording 9:17.08. Al Marmoom Camel Racing Track witnessed the launch of the 6th qualifying races for junior camels designated for Gulf owners.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله نبدأ بنستعين عليه نتوكل منه دائما نطلب التوفيق والسداد والنجاح. تحية متجددة هنا من تحفة ميادين السباقات ميدان المرموم وهنا من هذه المحطة.
The inaugural morning open race was allocated to Abkar, which witnessed in the beginning a huge competition between Al Asifa, i.e. the storm, and Shirut, i.e. conditions. But the situation changed when Al Itmusi interfered and took the lead from them in the final kilometres. Again, the first two engaged in a strong and fierce competition, but conditions owned by Abdullah Silman Al Maliki had the final word and took the title, crossing the distance in 4:33.08.
المقدمة والصدارة وشروط هي شروط سلام يا السلطنة سلام البداية الأولى سلام وتحية من خلال التنافس بينما المركز الثاني العاصفة. تدخل من كحيلان محمد بن سليم بن شويرب العامري انتقل هناك إلى التواجد مباشرة من خلال هذه اللحظات المركز شاهين سالم بن حمد بن علي.
The second race for Jidan category. 3 competitors took the lead. Al-Sham, i.e. the brave, Haddad, i.e. troublemaker, and Mufti, which means scholar. Later, the competition was converted to a 4-camel race, but Al Asifa took the lead from them. The challenge continued between the participants, and again the race became a duel between Shaheen and Al Suleimani, owned by Ali Saeed Ali Al Amri, who took the prize of the race, crossing the finish line in 4:35.02.
يا سلام من زمول الانتاج هناك في محمية الروية. الله يا سلام على الصدارة والمركز الأول والانطلاق. والسليماني علي بن سعيد بن علي العمري في المركز الأول. المركز الثاني شاهين سالم بن حمد المالكي. الانطلاقات متواصلة والتحدي يحمل الكثير من الإثارة على أرضية هذا الميدان. على بركة الله تتواصل انطلاقة سادس الأشواط في هذه اللحظة.
The 6th race saw the best timing recorded by Shaheen, owned by Khalid Talib Shiram, when the animal crossed a distance of 3 kilometres in 4:31.04.
يا سلام بن شريم هنا على المركز الأول وخالد بن طالب بن شريم المري. سلام يا المملكة سلام يا المملكة ما شاء الله وتبارك الله. هذا هو شاهين أكيد.
التواصل يستمر مشاهدينا الكرام في انطلاقات صباحنا الجميل، صباحنا المميز. الأشواط المفتوحة انتهت مشاهدينا الأعزاء.
The first race, number 13 out of the last 8 races allocated to the local productive camels. Headed by Zafrana and Al Dabir came second and continued leading the field. But Al Naifa turned the tables on Al Dabir and won the first race for the local productive camels and grants her owner Rashid Salim Habib Al Hishami the prize. And the time recorded was 4:31:06.
إلا أن السلام لأهالي السلطنة، لأهالي السلطنة. هذه النايفة مشاهدين الأعزاء. تهانينا والناموس راشد بن سالم بن حبيب الهشامي. أسعد الله صباحك على الفوز والانتصار. المركز الثاني ضبية راشد.
The second race, number 14 out of the last 8 races, allocated to the local productive camels, and Jadan and Musai took the lead, followed by Al Mutahid. Later, all of the competitors advanced very fast to the front, headed by Najib, who succeeded in taking the leadership, albeit temporarily, when Al Admentui, owned by Hamad Saeed Salim Al Ramathim, overtook the leadership from Najib to win the race in 4:35:06.
والسلام لأهالي السمحة، لأهالي السمحة. حمد بن سعيد بن سالم الرميثي تهانينا والناموس واسعد الله صباحك. المركز الثاني الرديني سعيد.
Last Friday, on the morning of the 16th of December, the DubaI Camel Racing Club at Al Marmoon Racing Track had successfully organised 18 races designated for Lakaya camels for Gulf owners over a distance of 5 kilometres.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله نبدأ بنستعين عليه نتوكل. منه دائما نطلب التوفيق والسداد والنجاح.
The Lakaya races always spring surprises. And in the inaugural open race for local Abkar, we watched Ghazia, i.e. Invader, owned by Abdullah Salim Amir Al-Magari, invade the first race and win it with an impressive performance. The race was led at a very fast tempo by Rataj and Al-Tulayli gradually. Al-Tulayli took the lead cleverly, but she didn't enjoy it for long when Ghazia surprised her and took the onus back from her and won the race in 7:45:02.
هذه النوعية المتميزة ما شاء الله في تقديم الإنتاج الجميل. غازي عبد الله بن عامر بن سالم المغيري في المركز الأول. المركز الثاني،
بينما هناك من تلاحق في المركز الثاني خير سيد صالح بن حمد المخيني. والمركز الثالث تأتي شغف للسيد عبد الله بن ثاني بالكديدة الفلاسي. نقلة على المركز الرابع اللي تحتله.
The second open race for Thoroughbred Abkar witnessed a strong and competitive challenge between 3 different camels. Shagaf occupied the 3rd place, Kaira the 2nd, and Al Samerdia on the lead from the starting gate till the final kilometre, when the places had completely changed by the strong interference from Bragar, i.e. Sparkling, owned by Salmin Mohammed Salmin Al Khalili, to win the race in 7:40:01.
تحياتي وتقديري واحترامي لاخواني جماهير هذا الشعار في الفقعه الشهيره. المركز الثاني دور السرمديه ظافر بن حمد بن غدير بن محمد الاجتبي.
هناك ايضا الانطلاق المميز الجميل. هناك بتار القادم لسالم بن سليم بن ونية القادم بهذا الاداء. الوصول من لطام مبارك بن ناصر بقبية المنصوري وسادسي. مراكزنا نجد علي بن محسن بن محمد لوهيبي مع نجد المنطلق على المركز السادس. وفي المركز
The 8th race witnessed Latam, owned by Mubarak Nasir Bagoubi Al Mansouri, display a brilliant performance to win the race and recorded the best timing of 7:37:09.
تهانينا لك يا ابو محمد على هذا الفوز المميز الجميل لفوزي لطام بالمركز الاول. تهانينا مبارك بن ناصر بقبي المنصوري. المركز الثاني بتار ياتي بالنصيبه بهذا الانطلاق الجميل. وريمه حمد بن سالم بن سعيد بن حلوقه خامسا. وفي المركز السادس من وخالد بن غانم بن علي بن حموده الظاهري ينطلق بمنوى على المركز السادس، وفي المركز السابع تأتي انتباه سالم هنا أيضا بن علي بن خصوان العامري.
The first race allocated for the local productive camels was Abkar, and the race was number 13. From the starting gate, it was a three-way competition: Malami, Hamlula and Kalajia, but the danger came from the Rima in fourth place when she took the lead from the beating Hamlula, who continued fighting and struggling to win this race till the last kilometre, when she lost some of her energy and lost the race accordingly, which was won by Rima in 7:38.07.
تهانينا الحمد بن سالم بن سعيد بن حلوقة على فوز ريما. سلام راس الخيمة، سلام على هذا الأداء المميز. المركز الثاني وصلت هملولة، شقر للسيف بن محمد بن سالم الدرعي هنا من يأتينا من ميدان الكوع للمشاركة هنا بهذا الأداء المميز على خامس المراكز وفي المركز السادس.
The second race was allocated for the local productive thoroughbred camels Abkar, carrying race number 12. The race finished contrary to the expectations. From the starting gate, it was a three-way competition again between Mamdua, Morad and Mulhima, and they continue filling the first three places, but Rahia, owned by Saeed Mohammed Salim Hamroum, denied this situation, and then she took the lead and passed them and won the race in style in 7:41.06.
تهانينا لسعيد بن محمد بن مسلم بن حمرور على هذا الفوز الجميل، وجهز نفسك للمقابله يا بن حمرور.
Last Saturday morning, Al Marmoon Racetrack witnessed the final competitions of the 6th Yathia qualifying races for golf owners over a distance of 6 kilometres and consisting of 16 races. The last 6 races were allocated to the local productive camels.
العماري المسيطرة على المركز الأول، بينما هنا في المركز الثاني اللي تلاحقها وداع لسالم بن سعيد بن علي المسافري، وفي المركز الثالث ظن للسيد عبد الله بن مصبح بن عبد الله بن غليطة، وفي رابع المراكز ميرال لسعيد بن ثاني بن ضحي.
The inaugural morning open race was allocated to the local purebred Abkar, which witnessed the insistence of Ramruma in grasping the title of this race. When she took the lead very quickly, followed by Wadar trying to reduce the distance, Miral came third gradually when she took the second place. And in the last 60 seconds, she discharged all of her strength to overtake Wadar and won the race in 9:19.05. Wadar came second.
سلام يا الفوعة، سلام سلام يا الفوعة، سلام سعيد بن ثاني بن ضحي الاشتبي تهانينا والناموس على فوزي ميرال بالمركز الأول في الشوط الأول للإبكار المحليات الأصايل من سن الإذاعة. المركز الثاني وداع سالم بن سعيد بن علي المسافري.
هذا هو شوط المهجنات، وشوط المهجنات أيضا يضم نخبة من الإذاعة البكار المهجنات الأصايل الذي صالا وجالا على أرضية ميدان الدولة وخارج أرضية ميادين الدولة. أرى الآن اللي في المركز الأول مشهورة في المركز الأول السيد عبد الله بن محمد بن يمعة بن معضد بن جبر على.
The second open race was assigned for thoroughbred Abkar. It was al-Marik, i.e. Mother of Battle, who started the war, and in spite of the hard fighting and challenge for her opponents, Al-Hidar and Mushgala, she never gave up the leadership and continued her fine performance to win the fight in style in 9:31.02.
هاي أم المعارك دائما توديكم السلام، توديكم السلامات. هذه أم المعارك كما عدناها وعاد الجمهور. تهانينا من الأعماق للسيد سيف بن ياسر بن سيف العرياني على فوز أم المعارك بهذا الشوط، شوط المهجنات الأول. مركز الثاني هدادة للسيد سالم بن راشد بن حمد بن غدية الاجتبي.
سيف بن محمد راعي الشيجة العامري، وعلى المركز الثالث عجيبة سلطان بن علي بن سيف القتبي تنطلق على المركز الثالث. وفي المركز الرابع نواع السيف بن سعيد بن حضيرم القتبي.
The first race was specified for local productive camels Abkar. Bakia started pioneering the race, with Zahia and Ajiba fitting the second and third places respectively. A few minutes later, the situation has changed when Mayasa interfered to take the lead. And within seconds, the situation's changed again because of the fast interference from Sudfa, i.e. coincidence, owned by Sultan Ali Sultan bin Marine, when she took the lead in a dramatic finish, crossing the finishing line in 9:23.05.
تهانينا لسلطان بن علي بن سلطان بن ميرين الجميع على فوز صدفة بالمركز الأول. تهانينا والناموس وتضيف إنجاز إلى إنجازاتها السابقة. تهانينا والناموس على المركز الثاني، وفي المركز الثالث تحذير سالم بن سعيد بن ناصر بن حريك المنهالي تأتينا على المركز الثالث، وفي المركز الرابع الشاهينية.
The second race was designated for local productive camels Abkar. The lead of this race was changed suddenly after Wasaif took the lead, and then came Tazir to snatch the leadership from her. She gradually lost her strength to retreat to the third place, to form a pentagonal lineup led by Shamar till the final metres, when Al Shahniya, owned by Salim Rashid bin Gadir, stole the lead from her in a spectacular finish, winning the race in 9:30.06. Tazir came second.
تحذير في المركز الثاني هنا بهذا الانطلاق سالم بن سعيد بن ناصر بن حريك المنهالي، ولكن هنا شاهينية سلام مرغم سلام على هذا الأداء المميز الجميل للشاهينية سالم بن راشد بن حمد بن رضي الكتبي.
After the conclusion of those races, here are the best timings recorded in Hakaka, Lakaya and Yathia races for golf owners. In Hakaka category, it was won by Shaheen, owned by Khalid Talib Shiram Almari, recording 4:31.04. In Lakaya category, it was won by Latam, owned by Mubarak Nasir Bugubi Al Mansuri, recording 7:37.09. And in Yathia category, it was won by Mir Al, recording 9:19.05. The demand for desert tourism in Dubai witnessed high volumes recently. And that demand also reflected on Al Mamoom camel racing activities by attracting huge groups of tourists to come and watch and enjoy camel racing besides taking photos.
So right now we're just actually filming some camel races, taking it all in. It's my first time seeing a camel race. I think it's one of the coolest things I've ever seen, and I'm excited. You know what? Again, I've never seen a camel race. I think it's absolutely incredible. These things go 60 kilometers an hour. I think that's absolutely insane, and you don't see that in the Western world really, so I'm very excited. Usually when you see like dog racing or horse racing, you'll never see a 5-kilometer race. So the fact that it's that long and it's that insane just shows how unique this whole experience is. And again, I've never seen anything like it, and these things go fast, man. If there's one thing you have to do when you come to Dubai and the surrounding area is come see a camel race, because it's nothing like you've ever seen before, and it's just a very unique experience. So we're filming. We're gonna be here all day, film exactly what's gonna happen, exactly like the race that's going on behind us right now, and you know, take a look at the different races. Some are a little bit younger, some are older. So you know, it's gonna be exciting to see the different camels that are racing today. Travel XP. So it's Travel XP HD. It's a 4K travel channel, one of the only 4K travel channels in the world. And yeah, so we have a show called Food, Fact, Fun. It's like the top 3 things to do, eat, and see in every city. And this is, you know, a top thing to do in Dubai. It's a robotic jockey. Yeah. It's a robotic jockey. I read that somewhere. How does that work? Is it just like a robotic jockey that is just on the camel, or just kind of controls the camel? So you'll never see anything like that with any other sort of race. A jockey that is controlled by the guy who's in the car. Like, that is so cool. Unbelievable.
This is, I'm seeing this for the first time, and see the camels run away so fast. This is first kind of an experience. It's a very interesting sport, and it should be promoted more, because this is the national animal of this country.
Well, I know that they're very expensive. They're treated very well. They're very well taken care of. They get like the best food and everything, and I know they have their special blankets and special people that take care of them. So
yeah, it's first time in Dubai, first time watching camel racing. Yeah, it's good. I like it. It's interesting to see sort of how they exit the race. It's kind of Sometimes not all the way straight, but it's fun. It's exciting. Race times are a little longer here. Horse races are pretty quick. Aside from that, you know, yeah, absolutely. Come back and, I don't know, wear big hats, make it like a derby.
This week was characterised by numerous and varied events. From those events, we spotted the screenshot of the week. On Monday the 12th of December 2016, the 4th Al Mamoon Purebred Arabian Camels Auction was organised under supervision of DubaI Camel Racing Club. The auction activities lasted for 3 days and witnessed huge attendance. The auction was allocated for personal reproduction camels Al-Fatameen, i.e. aged 9 months and below. On the first day, 84 camels Jidan and Abkar went under the hammer. Many of them descended from ones of the UAE's most prized racetrack winners, i.e. Al-Shababi, Al-Suleimani, Mutib Al-Sagir, Ashag, and other prominent pedigrees. The top bid received from Kasib Salim Musbeh Al-Maheri, from the camel number 78, Al-Bakra bint Al-Shababi Al-Asifa, and from the mother Bint Sugan, who was auctioned for 420,000 dirhams. The next day, the auction continued in full swing by sending a batch of 84 personal reproduction camels, Al-Fatameen, Jedan and Abkar. The top bid received again from Kasib Salim Musbeh Al-Maheri, from the camel Bint Shaheen Dagash, from Sudanese mother, who was auctioned for 360,000 dirhams. The third and final day of the 4th Al Mamoon Purebred Arabian Camels auction witnessed high competition between the bidders, when the organisers sent Al-Bakra bint Shaheen bin Awadan from the mother Minhasha, who was auctioned for 700,000 dirhams, recording the top bid during the 3 days of the auction, paid again by Kasib Salim Musbeh Al-Maheri for the 3rd time. We've now reached the end of this distinguished issue that focused on the camel racing news. For more news and suggestions, please visit our site at the social media seen here at the bottom of the screen. See you next week.